Against all odds, Catherine de' Medici became one of the most powerful rulers in French history, but it didn't happen without betrayal, murder, and the dark arts, as we see in The Serpent Queen, starring Samantha Morton. Take a look.
What's your name?
They call me It, Mum.
Do they? That's not very nice.
No, they're not, actually. Very nice, that is.
Well, sure you get your own back?
I pray for their souls. As I pray for yours.
I'm grateful. Though, it might feel better to get your own back every once in a while.
And Samantha joins us now. Let's get right into this. This puts a contemporary spin on Catherine de' Medici's rise to power, right? You befriend a servant girl and tell her your story through flashbacks. Set it up for us.
It's obviously a historical piece and it's based on truth. It's based on a book about her. But ultimately, what we wanted to do was bring it to a contemporary audience in a way of, can you believe that this woman's not been written out of history, but that we don't know who she is? And secondly, isn't it extraordinary what she achieved? You know, she was a shopkeeper's daughter, basically, and then she rose to power. We say this in the post, you know, what would you have done differently? Because there's all sorts of rumors about her and, you know, she was this villain in history. And it's asking the question, if you were her, how would you have done it differently? And we have to remember she's Italian. So the way that we approached it was a little bit like you would in kind of The Godfather, you know, looking at her, she's the head of a very large family. She's the Don. She's incredibly formidable. So that, I mean, that, I don't know, that's how I set it up for you. I don't know.
What you mentioned is interesting too, because like we love stories when we kind of want to root for someone like that. You know, we want to humanize people in history. And what's unique about the storytelling of this show too is that there's so many of these flashbacks, right? And that's Liv Hill, right, who plays the flashback.
Liv plays the young Catherine, and she's absolutely extraordinary. She's really, really amazing. Yes, you have the first part of the season is Liv playing the young me, and then I come in and take over from there. But you also have me kind of telling my story to a servant girl, and I say, I used to be just like you. And she's like, yeah, right. You know, and she's like, well, let me just tell you a story.
Also here, you know, history is even juicier than fiction, right? Like there's a love triangle, murder, betrayal. What was it like to sink your teeth into all of that and in this world?
Yeah, I think for me, having come off the back of couple of movies, and then I'd been playing Alpha in The Walking Dead, which I love playing, and she's such an incredible character. I wanted something really, really juicy, something that was next level, like twists and turns and things that you're not going to expect. And I also wanted something that was in your face, that was like, kind of unforgiving, like this is the story. And can you believe this actually happened? Because I was absolutely blown away by the story, and that we didn't know it, and that we aren't taught it at school as young women. And it's like, well, this is ridiculous. You know, sorry if I've said this before, we know about Napoleon, we know about King Henry VIII, we know about all these famous men in history, from world leaders to, you know, scientists, doctors, but the women have been kind of sidelined a little bit. So it's time to tell some of these stories, you know, because behind every great man we know in history, there's always a great woman, you know?
Absolutely. Catch The Serpent Queen this Sunday, September 11th on Stars. Thanks, Samantha.